My name is Kevin Ray, and you're listening to Truckers and Others. Yo, we're back. What is today? Wednesday? Wednesday, 9:20 a.m. Where were you? You were right here. Or over there, I mean. Wherever the fuck you were. Anyways, um, so having a nice day today. I woke up late, which is not... That's becoming a trend, and a lot of people really disrespect people that wake up late. I need time. I need some sleep, man. Okay, I worked late last night, and today, the only reason I did, and I did kind of on purpose, not on purpose, but I wasn't worried about it, and I'm not worried about it today, is because all I got to do today is grab a box, drive to Tulsa, and drive back, and it doesn't matter. The time limit does not matter as long as I get down there before the place closes, which, yeah, I'm going to get down there before they close. It'll be fine. It's only a 4-hour drive. So it'll be all right. But I'm driving in today, and well, I already drove in, but I was driving in today, and I'm like, I better check my schedule just to make sure, because things do change and things are a little messed up sometimes. And I look, and it says that, oh, I'm not taking a fucking straight truck. I got to take the double rail. I'm like, what the fuck? What do you mean I got to take the double rail? They don't even know what the fuck I'm going to do with it. They just know I have to haul a box. The fuck I'm going to use a double rail. This is the first time this job has ever been done with a double rail. There's a reason why this is the only time this job has been done with a double rail. Or it's never been done with a double rail, because you have to dump a container inside of a building. You have to drive into a building and dump, and then you have to leave. And this is gonna not be a fun time. It's gonna be fine all the way up until I get there. But then another thing kind of grabbed my mind, and I'm like, those straight trucks, they all have a little tarp arm. You can put the tarp over the box, and then you're good to go, right? Well, the double rail doesn't have that. So I had to grab a tarp from the shop and then tarp the box once I got it loaded. I'm like, this is fucked. So once I get there, not only am I using a semi inside of a building that it should not be in there, because it's made for like trash trucks to go inside. I also have to move the box to the back end of the trailer, and it's slippery as fuck inside this building. Like, really fucking slippery, because it's all like nasty shit on concrete, and so it's super duper slick in there. And if you know anything about the double rail, you know that when all the weight of the fucking box gets on the ass end of the trailer, the truck ain't moving. So I'm gonna have to move the box and take the tarp off. Not all the way, but I have to take it off the back end, and it's a 30-yard dumpster, so it's a little bit taller. It's like 7 foot tall, so it's going to be a little bit more. It's just not going to be it's not a good idea to do this. It's just not. But and last night when I got in, I was like, man, we have a lot of roll-off trucks. This is awesome. And last night, I even thought of last night whenever I got back, I can go ahead and grab my roll-off truck and load up a dumpster and take off with it. Good thing I didn't do that, because I would have been in a heap of trouble this morning. Because all of our roll-off trucks are being used on the levee project They were using one at a time, and now they're using three. So I don't know. It's pretty ridiculous. We have three roll-off trucks dedicated directly to the fucking levee project every single day. We have two of them on rent. That's why we have two more that I haven't seen before. But yeah, whatever. I'll run the double rail. It'll take longer. Whatever. I get paid more. It's a Wednesday, so it's okay. There's nothing special going on today. But it is kind of funny. So last night on my way home, I stopped and I grabbed the kids some toys. I found a little is a unicorn in a purse thing, a little Velcro thing for a unicorn or whatever. I don't know. I grabbed that, and I grabbed it was like Wild West cowboy guns. So it's like the little guns with the little belt. They just make noise. They don't have the caps or anything. And so I grabbed those, and then my wife happens to call me right after that. She don't care. It'll be fine. But she's like, "Hey, your son got in trouble today at school." I'm like, "Oh yeah, what'd he do?" It's like, he got into a fight. I'm like, "Oh, really? Okay. Tell me about it." And I can kind of hear him in the background. He's like, "I didn't start it. It's somebody else." I'm like, "Okay, okay." And then I don't know. He just keep going about the story. He's like, "The kid on the playground pushed me down, and so I picked him up and I slammed him on the ground and blah blah blah." I'm like, "All right, who did you cry?" He's like, "No." I was like, "Did he cry?" He's like, "No." So he actually told me that I can fight really good. I'm like, "Okay." I don't know what this is. Summer school before kindergarten. So I'm like, okay. And he's already got a little girlfriend running around, and every day he comes home, according to the wife, he's like, "Yeah, we're gonna get married." I'm like, "Oh, jeez." And he's like, "Can we have a sleepover or a play date with a girl?" And my my wife's like, "Is it the girl that wants to marry you?" He's like, "Yes. She told me that we could kiss on our play date." I was like, "Oh God." So my son he is doing just fine. He's beating the shit out of some kids. He's got a girlfriend. He's getting ready to start kissing. Oh my gosh. It's so silly. But he's having a good time. He loves school, which is good. But later on, we found out, no, he started the fucking fight. So he still claims he didn't start it because he told some other kid to go fight the kid. He's like, "I told Jacob to go fight Denny, and he wouldn't do it, so I had to go do it. So no, I didn't start it." I'm like, "What? That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make any sense." He's like, "Yeah, I ran up to him and I grabbed him and I shoved him down." And I'm like, "Oh, stop, dude. You're gonna get in a lot of trouble, dude." And I don't know. We're waiting on an email back from the teacher because apparently the teacher she forgot to send the kids to the principal's office, I guess. I don't know. This could all be made up. Realistically, it could all be a made up story because my son loves to do that. But he said, yeah, the teacher, the recess lady made us sit on the line after we got in our fight, and uh, then his regular teacher said that they're going to call everybody's mom that was involved, and then they said they're going to have to go see the principal. But none of that happened. My wife didn't get a call. They didn't go talk to the principal. So I don't know. But it's just so fun listening to the stories because he is a wild fucking kid. So it's so fun to listen to the stories he's got. He just comes home with some wild stuff, and he just gets real into detail sometimes, and it's really cute. Cute, my little boy. Um, but yeah, last night I ate some more roast. So the roast, ugh, I don't know. There's something wrong with it, man. Something wasn't cooked right with it because it tasted okay at the when we first ate it. When it first came out of the crock pot and we were eating it, it was in there for like 6 hours. Tasted all right, but then like I said yesterday, I threw out half of my roast that I brought for lunch to the wolves, and then when I got home, there was no other meat set out. So I was like, all right, I'll eat the roast. And I pull it out, and it looks dry aged. It looks like a dry aged piece of meat sitting in the fucking pan over there. So, not good. I heated it up. It was better warm, I'll tell you that much. It was way better warm than it was fucking on ice. You gonna get the fuck out of the way? Dumbass. Pulls right up into my blind spot and just sits there. And yeah, the lane is ending, motherfucker. Put on my blinker and he gets out of the way. He could have sped up. He could have got over. He could have slowed. He could have done a lot of different things, but he decided right next to my truck is a good spot to be. What else happened last night? I watched. So I've been really getting into these YouTube movies because it's just like something I didn't even realize was out there, and they're not like bootlegged or anything. It's like for real YouTube movies. Like there's a section that I never really paid attention to, but I watched. Well, I fell asleep during it, but The Truman Show, which is just a fun movie to watch. It's super exciting. The End Time movie, the Truman Show. I don't know. Those movies are awesome. I'm thinking about doing the Shawshank Redemption or something. I think that's the one where the guy he's a detective and he goes to prison to detective stuff, but then it turns out he's actually there. I don't fucking know. It's an interesting type of show. So I'd like to watch that one again. A lot of movies that I like to watch. Did I tell you guys that my son, I turned on Smoking the Bandit, but that was on Netflix. It said leaving soon. I was like, I better fucking watch it again. I've already watched it once since it was on there, but I better watch it again. And was watching Smoking the Bandit, and my son starts singing the song. Oh gosh, I was like, yes. He's like, what are they doing? I was like, they're bootlegging, boy. They're taking beers. They jump a car and it's funny and stuff. And yeah, he loved the sheriff. The sheriff on there beating up his son. And Big and Little Enos. This guy is definitely leaking some shit out of his fucking box. I don't know what the fuck you got in there, but it's fucking leaking, dude. It's leaking hardcore. It's like a box of dirt. I don't know. It's probably just, yeah, it looks like it's just dirt from where the forklift set it on there. No, it's a hole. It's leaking out. Not sure what that shit that is. Yeah, I had an okay night. Hung out with the kids, but yeah, since my son got in a fight and he was kind of lying about some stuff, no video games, no tablet, none of that shit. But he got to play with the new guns I brought him. And my wife was really worried about my dog yesterday. She's like, he's walking super duper slow. He got on the couch. He will not get off the couch. Not, and he's allowed on the couch. It's just the kids like to sit on the couch, so we always get the dogs off the couch to sit for the kids to sprawl out or whatever. But she's like, he will not get off the couch. He's like sleeping and breathing heavy, and she's like, I think it's the end of the road. I'm like, no, it's not. It's fine. And I get home, and yeah, he's on the couch. He doesn't want to move a whole lot, but then I pull out the roast, and he's like, fuck yeah, dude. Yeah, fuck yes. He's like just running around, jumping, happy. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. He's fine. And then even this morning, he's running around having a good time. So I don't know. He's just, I would like to take him to a vet just to get him checked out, maybe do some blood work or something, figure out what the hell's going on with him. But for the most part, he's an okay dog. He is an A-OK doggo. He just, I don't know. And part of me thinks he could have been, I don't know, depressed since I've been going out of town so much lately. And then I went out of town. I was wondering maybe he was just super sad because I wasn't around. Of course, he loves me, and I love him greatly. It's it's a wonderful bond, man and dog. So I don't know. I need to get him taken into the vet and have him checked out. I don't know. Part of me feels like some vet clinics, they're just like, yep, it's going to cost you $600 for blah blah blah, and it's like, but does it really? It's like, come on. And then I don't know. I guess I'd like to say there is no price too high, but in all reality, there probably is, which is kind of sad to think about. But my poor doggy, um, he's getting old, but he's not like, I don't know. I feel like dogs get old as fuck. They get blind. They start to bloat up or something, or they just, I don't know. And then they can't like sit down, and their joints are all fucked. And he's fine. Like, you just got to get him in a good mood, and then he's fine. So I don't know. I don't know what to think about it all. I'll get him taken to the vet, have him checked out. He does have a thing on his toe. It's like right next to one of his nails, and it's like I don't know. It looked like a bee sting or something, but I think it's something he'd been chewing on or something. But last night it looked like it was starting to heal back up. So I don't know. My poor doggy. And it sucks that all the vet clinics, of course, they're only open, from like 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. And it's like you have to take a day off. You can't do that. And also looking at my schedule, I noticed next week I have a hazmat physical, which I don't think there's anything weird about it. I mean, I've passed every single one of them with flying colors, so I'd be kind of excited to have my blood work done for free and all this other stuff, and see how things are going, because it's been what, a month now, maybe over a month since Father's Day is when I started doing this type of carbless diet. Um, so things are doing good. And I checked my weight this morning, 174, which you might, or not 174, 274. Jesus Christ. Yeah, and a lot of you might be like, damn, but dude, it was 290. It was 290 pretty recently. So It's working. It's working. It's just not. It went quick, and now it's kind of stalled out. But I just got to keep my body uh, into this. It'll all be fine. Um. Yep. Excited to go to Florida. That's coming up real soon. Super duper soon. And it's kind of nice because next Friday, not this coming Friday, but next Friday is my hazmat physical, and I believe that's all I'm going to be doing that day. I'm just going to be like, all right, yeah, I'm doing this, and I'm fucking jetting out of here. I'm out of here. Fuck the rest of the shit going on. I'm out of here. And I can just go home early, and I can have a nice early Friday at home. 3.5 hours, I'll be where I need to be. That's really a short drive compared to what I'm used to. But instead of it being I-35 the entire way, basically, except for like an hour, I'm on 169, taking 169 all the fucking way. And this is, I got my truck down here. I don't know if you remember that. Yeah, I kept seeing the truck, and then I looked on the map. I was like, where is it? I know it's down this way somewhere. And it turns out it was right along my route doing this specific job once. So I called the guy up, and it just happened. He got off of work at the same time I was passing by, and I was able to meet up with him and take a look at the truck. And dude, it was right from then on, I knew it was meant to be. And what was it? Not that night, but the next night, I grabbed the truck and trailer and went down and grabbed it. Pretty cool, interesting thing. And I've been on Facebook Marketplace. You know I have been. I've been on there. Uh, Sorry, it says I might need to use an alternate route, but I think it's just this other road is closed. But I've been on Facebook Marketplace, and I haven't seen too much else he's been posting up. So I don't know. He's got a whole field of square bodies, and I highly doubt he sold them all by now. But I get on there all the time, and I'm just looking. I'm like, man, if I just had the money that's in our savings account just free to use right now, boy, I'd have at least a couple of square bodies. I need them for parts, hun. This one's got a good cab on it. But I mean, that's really all I would want would be a cab if I did. And part of me is kind of thinking, well, yeah, I'll have to just replace the whole cab because the windshield is going bad. Um, I was thinking I could like just buy a cab and then chop it up and take all the good parts off of it and put it on this one. But no, I'm gonna need a whole cab. Gonna need a whole cab replacement. But that's later on. Right now, it still feels nice and solid. But I do notice like the seat is super soft and comfy, but I sink down into it too much. So I think I might try getting like some sort of a pillow top thing and a seat cover and put it on there so I sit up a little bit higher. Because yeah, driving it around, it does. It's nothing I'm not used to, but the steering is so, it's not even loose really. It's just like so floaty. and the power steering on that thing is so fucking good. It's just like it doesn't whine or anything, and it just turns so easy. But whenever you're just driving around, it kind of bounces you around a little bit. So I don't know. I also think getting a lot of the tires on there, 3 of them are good. I don't know, but might do shocks. I think shocks would definitely help it out. New shocks, and it's got a steering stabilizer shock too. Get that replaced. What would be really cool is to get some 3/4 ton springs. I believe they line up. I believe they'll line up with the 1500 springs, but I'd like to get a K2500, put those springs underneath it, and then boom, it's a K2500. I don't really even know what other difference there is other than that. 8 lug, obviously, but 8 lug and stiffer suspension. Is the frame stronger? I don't think so. But if I do end up getting like a welder or like getting metal and then a welder or whatever, I might go through and start boxing in the frame in some, not the whole thing, but maybe in some spots. Because, there's that crumple zone in the back, and that's where a lot of them, break, is right there in the middle, right behind the cab. And then usually the bed will help you. The bed will hold the cab up. But I don't know. Everything's so rotted on this truck. Speaking of the cab, everything's rotted on there so bad that it probably wouldn't do much. It'd blow out the back window, and I'd have the bulkhead of the cab or the bed in the back of my neck. I don't know. I feel like I'm being kind of boring, so I'm going to stop this, and I'll let you know if anything else happens. Well, nothing too exciting happened yet. Driving along, I had to make a little pit stop at a Love's. You're rolling the dice when you go into a Love's. Of course you are. You're rolling the motherfucking dice. What are you rolling for? You're rolling for multiple stalls is what you're doing. Some Loves you go in, it's got the regular old fucking, you can look right through the fucking crack of the door stall. Some of them have like I don't know, like 10 stalls that have a full door that lock, and you're like in your own little room, and you can make all the noise you want in there, and I don't know. I don't really hold back my noise anymore. I mean, I won't grunt. I kind of moved past that. I don't grunt when I take a shit in public. Um, but anyways, I found this Love's out here, so I said I have to go in there. First off, I'm kind of getting a little bit hungry, and second off, I'm worried about trusting these fucking farts. That's for fucking sure. Uh, if you're gonna do the no carb diet and no like low sugar, I don't know. I don't even know if I'm doing low sugar, but your shits. Well, I don't know. You're gonna run into a couple of bad eggs, and when I say bad eggs, I mean eggs, hard-boiled eggs at a gas station, and you're gonna want to eat them because they got hot sauce packets, salt and pepper, and it's just I don't know. There hasn't been much of a better combination since the dustpan and the broom. Hot sauce on an egg with a little bit of salt and pepper, brother, it's fucking delicious. Um. So, anyways, I ate that. Well, no, let me get into there. The beginning part of my rant here. All right, so we're in a pass. Well, I mean, I'm jumping all around here. I'm in a passing lane. I'm in the right lane, and I'm going to be passing a truck on the right because he doesn't understand how the passing lane works. And I better get up around. I better get up going. I got to get up here. I ain't going to be stuck behind your slow ass. Dumb fuck. Do you not know how a passing lane works? Oh, now he gets over. I think I saw him put his hands up. But it's like, what are you doing? the You're supposed to keep right, except to pass. I don't know, dummy. What a big dummy. Anyways, so I'm gonna get to it. I don't know why that's beeping. Son of a bitch. All right, all right. I go in there and I'm like, as soon as I get out of the truck, I'm like, yeah, I gotta take a shit. And so I go in there. I find the restroom. I had to walk all the way around like 3 corners of the building because where I thought I was parking right next to the entrance. Apparently, I parked at the furthest part from the entrance. So I had to walk all the way around the building, which is fine. I wasn't in like in an emergency situation. You know what I mean? But I knew I was going to need to be looking at a toilet here in a little bit. And I go into the bathroom and it's only got 2 fucking stalls. And a guy walked in there before me. Like a guy walked in he parked his car and we're both walking and then he goes ahead of me and goes straight to the bathroom, runs right in the stall, takes the stall. I'm like, God damn it. And the other stall is I got somebody shitting in it. It's a tiny fucking stall, the little one. So I'm like, okay, do I be a I felt weird standing there, knowing that these people that are in there can see my feet, and it's like I don't want to rush you, but I'm gonna need the next one. So I'm standing there, waiting and waiting. I'm like, this is weird to be standing outside of a bathroom stall. I'm gonna go walk around a little bit. So I leave the bathroom and I stand outside of the bathroom. And then more people walk into the bathroom, and I'm like, motherfucker, they're probably going to be standing inside, waiting for the fucking bathroom to open up, and they're going to take it. Oh, lordy, we got a doozy here. Got a line of cars and a slow-moving tractor. Now I got to get around this fucking tractor. And the semi that I don't know, I guess you could say cut off, is quickly approaching. I can't fucking, this truck sucks, dude. I can't pass him quickly. Come on, bitch! Oh, lordy. My truck is slow as fuck. Ugh. Good luck with that, you fucking dry van bitch. I am I don't know. I thought getting right up onto the highway, I was going to be able to start this and not have a bunch of distractions. But I'm wait outside. More people walk in. So I walk in there. And luckily, right as I walk in there, the guy that beat me in there, he was coming out of the stall. So I go in there, and there's fucking shit stains all over the fucking... I'm like, oh, God. And so I grab some toilet paper, and I wipe the seat down. And then I flush it, and it doesn't flush all the way. And I'm like, oh, please, Lord. don't do this to me. So I flushed it again, and luckily everything that was in there went down. But there was no shit in there. But so I don't know. It was just different. Oh, he got around that fucking tractor. Look at him coming. And it's a 35 zone here, so let's see if he's gonna be a little angrified with me or not. I don't. We're mainly on 2-lane roads out here, so uh, and I run 70 and a 65. 69, 70, and the guy behind me was not doing that. So I'm gonna need to stay ahead of him as long as possible. He might have been a guy that he left to get the loves as I was leaving too. I don't know. Anyways, I go in there, I wipe it down, I flush it down, and I sit down, and it's just so weird to be sitting on some other man's ass warmth on a fucking public toilet. I'm like, oh, God, I don't really like this at all. But I did, and I shit, but I couldn't shit much. I don't know. It's constipated, I guess. I I forgot that I don't like this truck that much. I was getting used to it, and then I got in that other truck, and I drove it for 2 days, and I got used to that one. Not bad. I'm not used to the 12 speed again. Not yet. I keep clicking it into manual mode, and I forget it's in manual mode when I slow down, and then it really has no ass. So anyways, I did my business, and got out of there. Grabbed me a thing of cantaloupe. 4. They didn't have just a 2-pack or a 3-pack of hard-boiled eggs. They had a 4-pack. So I grabbed 4 hard-boiled eggs. And the only restaurant there was either the fucking greasy shit they put out, everything deep fried and breaded, or there's an Arby's in there. So I'm like, well, my best bet's Arby's. I guess I can eat a pound of roast beef or whatever. Go in there, but they have burgers now. So I was like, all right, how about this? You give me a double burger with bacon and cheese and no bun. And they did it. And it was actually really good. I was surprised at how good it was. And I ate everything I had with me. It was a good old meal. And usually I'll grab a peace tea, but I really need to. I think that's another part of my problem is the sugary drinks. Because I used to, sugary drinks, whatever. I'll drink those and I'll be fine. But I think I need to really get away from the sugary drinks. So I got me an unsweet tea. And it's not that great, but it tastes different than water, so I guess it's okay. The other ones, I don't know what they had in them. But anyways, I had my eggs, and I was dipping them in Arby's sauce. Arby's sauce is probably not the healthiest thing either, but it was better than the honey mustard, which I really wanted to do. But I was like, I'm going to stay away from the honey mustard. I'll do Arby's sauce. I'll try it out. And I had hot sauce, and I had salsa, and I got salsa all over the fucking place, because I just ripped off a little corner of it, and I was squirting it on there, and then a chunk of tomato got stuck in the corner, and I squeezed it a little bit harder, and it fucking all over the fucking table. I was like, God damn it. See, this is another passing lane. This is how you do it, buddy. I can't even see him. He's way back there. But you get over into the right lane unless you're passing. This is how a passing lane works. I bet you he's really not happy I passed him on the right. But what was I supposed to do? get up on his ass and wait for him to figure it out. By the time he figured it out, the little cars behind me were gonna be in the passing, the non-passing. I don't fucking know. Truckers are some of the dumbest people you'll ever meet. It's insane because you have to go through a lot of schooling, and you're out here and you're driving every day. You learn some things, you gain some experience and stuff. But for some reason, some of these truckers out here are just a dumb box of rocks. They don't know how to do a fucking thing. And it's the fucking van haulers, most of them. I mean, box truck drivers, yeah, they're dumb. Trash truck drivers, yeah, they're pretty dumb too. But it's usually these fucking guys that just drive a dry van everywhere, and they don't even have to back into a dock. They just drop and hook trailers all day, and they never have to touch anything on their load at all. They don't have to worry about, I don't know, they just fucking get fat as fuck sitting in that cab, and they just morph into the seat a little bit. I think that maybe that's what autonomy is, maybe they are slowly, instead of them becoming a robot is just encapsulating them, which is the truck that they're driving. Because a lot of these fucking trucks, they're coming out with all these fucking sensors and shit that it's like if you get too close to a car ahead of you, it'll like put the brakes on. And the autos, the automatics, I mean, I'm driving one right now. Not a fan. Not a fan of the autos. This is actually like an auto shift. So it's still like a manual transmission. It just got somebody else shifting the fucking gears. A little monkey down there or something. I don't know. And he's not very quick at shifting the gears. And they always have issues. Well, not always, but a lot of them are having these issues where the clutch is overheating and it's fucking up the transmission. It's like, what the fuck, man? Rather have me over here grinding the gears a couple of times rather than just burning the shit out of the clutch. Because these trucks, even though it puts it in auto neutral when you stop, it doesn't put it in auto neutral. It just applies the clutch. So if you can't sit idling, if you're sitting idling in drive, it's just holding the clutch in the whole time. It's not good. But yeah, I ate a decent little meal there. I was like, man, I should have got 3 patties because they were actually kind of small. They weren't very big, but I don't know, four eggs, be all right. Be all right. I got my tarp. It's still doing good. I had a flat tire this morning, and the fender is ripped the fuck. But luckily, the fleet manager was outside while I was pre-tripping my truck, and I was like, hey man, did anybody tell you about this? I'm like, I haven't touched any other trucks other than the tanker for a while. And he looks over, he's like, God damn, looks like somebody really fucked it up. Yeah, the fender. I don't know what happened. I have a little bit of a guess of what might have happened because I'm pretty sure I know who used this truck last, or this trailer last. But, yeah, I would go out there and I kick in the tires, and one of them just jiggles like jello. I'm like, fuck! No air in it at all. Luckily, it was still on the bead. So I aired that up, and then I took the fleet manager over there to look at the fender. And he's like, God damn, somebody really hung this motherfucker up. I'm like, yeah, I don't understand how they did it, but they done did it. So it's got a winch cable. And I'm wondering if, because the one guy that was running it, he doesn't run these ever, really. And I told him, yeah, you got to hook it around one of those rollers. I told him a roller. Hook the cable around a roller and then start winching it up, and it will shift the box side to side, if you just need it to move over a little bit. Rather than getting in the truck and moving it around and getting it all fucking out of whack and shit. Just move it around a little bit with the winch cable. But part of me is thinking he could have put the fucking winch cable around the fucking fender. The fender is it's got a stout area, but it ain't gonna hold the fucking winch cable away from a box. So I don't know. I don't know if that's what happened, but it looks like the trajectory of the bend looks like that's what it very well could have been. In which I'm sure he found out quickly. That's not what he meant. That's not what he meant. He's like, oh fuck, it's all fucked up. And the light was unplugged, but we got everything. Everything's good now. And when I stopped over here at the Loves, I checked my tire. Everything's good. Obviously, after everything, I did not have time to check my air pressure beforehand. But yeah, things are going all right. You know, no issues out on the highways or nothing. Everything's going pretty good. I feel rejuvenated now that I ate, because last night I didn't eat much last night. Or yesterday, really in general, I guess. I don't think I ate that much. Yeah, because I threw away half of my lunch, and then for dinner I just ate a little bit more of that roast, and I didn't really like it. But I cooked eggs last night, and I put that Slaps barbecue seasoning on my eggs. And I don't know, maybe I need to get a cookbook on eggs or something to figure out what I'm doing. But I like my eggs, so I cook them, sunny side up, but then I flip them, and then I cook them that way, and then until it gets a little bit brown on either side, and then whenever I'm eating them, it's runny, but it's not super duper runny, but it's pretty runny. And it's like, how do you order those at a IHOP? I don't even know what, is that over medium? Is that over easy? Over hard? Over hard doesn't sound right. Is that over medium? But I feel like an over medium egg is a sunny side egg up or whatever. Or sometimes I'll cook it like that, sunny side up, and then like once the white part starts getting cooked really good, I'll scramble up and so it's yellow and white eggs. They're cooked basically separately, and it's just like they're delicious that way. And then the hole in the bread, you used to do that growing up. Can't really do that on my diet anymore. But that was always nice. Whole egg in the hole on the bread. You just crack an egg into the bread hole with the cup. Grab a cup and you just cut the center of it out. There's a radio segment on that a while back where they were trying to figure out what areas called that, but everybody did it. Everybody did that, but different areas called it different things. But yeah, I don't know. Eggs are, it doesn't matter. I can cook the same egg the same exact way several times, but it just seems, I don't know. Sometimes they're really good, sometimes they're not, and I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I tried to watch the Gordon Ramsay cook the perfect egg, and he's like, remove it off the heat, on the heat, off the heat, on the heat. I'm like, buddy, you're moving around a lot. Like, it's early in the morning when I'm cooking these eggs. I ain't trying to be fucking doing all that crazy shit. But, and the new pans that my wife got, I don't know if I'm a fan of them. Like, they'll get hot, but it's like they take a long time to get hot, and then they store that hot energy really well. So I don't know if removing it off the heat is really doing much, because it's still like a really hot porcelain or something, or I don't know. Got a little black SUV, not a cop, but a little black SUV that's been behind me for a while. I think they've been trying to pass me. I'm not sure. And I'm not gonna, we're going over a couple railroad crossings. I'm not hauling anything has, so I'm just flying over these fuckers. They're pretty smooth, but there's like that little lane for tankers to pull over, and I thought about doing that for this little black car, but fuck them. And there's also a really rough patch in the road a while back. I thought I blew a fucking tire. I thought I had a drive tire blown because it was so fucking rough. It was like, blah, 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 blah. Like, God damn. What are you doing? What is this black SUV doing? What are you doing? I don't understand what they're doing. They're in the right turn lane with their left blinker on, just stopped. That's so strange. Watch too many of those dash cam videos, and I'm like, maybe they're gonna do something dumb like in those dash cam videos. Nope. I don't know. Yeah, my wife, she's got her little hobby of reading those gay boy books, and things are going well with that, I guess. I don't know. It's just a strange thing. Because she started a page or something, I don't know. On one of them social media, she started a page where she's like creating fan art. So she's reading a lot less now because she's just doing the fan art thing. But she's still got to read new books to do new fan art. And I don't know, it's just she bought a book the other day, like an actual physical book instead of the Kindle books or whatever. She bought an actual book, and it's been on our counter, and I'm just like, every time I see it, I just flip it over so the cover is down, because it's like got two anime people on the front of it, just like naked men, but there's no penises or nothing. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, why is this here? And it's like the other day, whenever she was trying to talk to my son, and she's like, do you know anybody with two daddies? I'm like, hey, keep your fantasies to yourself, lady. What are you doing here? She's just amazed by that stuff. I don't know. It's so weird. I'm like, why don't you read any like male female books where it's like a normal situation? That's not normal anymore. I'm like, yeah, it's no, I promise you, being a straight male and straight female is more normal than being gay. It's okay if you're gay and stuff. Like, yeah, and it's okay if you read the books. That's fine. Do whatever you want to do. But it's still classified as normal to be straight. You know, I'm not going to try to get into the God created us this way or anything, but it's just like, what? You don't read any normal books at all, though. They're all fucking weird, dude. They're like, my son died in the military, and now I'm fucking his best friend. It's like, what the fuck is that? What the hell is going on? And most of them are like that. It's like two gay buddies, one of them dies, and then a gay grandparent or gay cousin, or they're straight, but then they get turned gay. I don't know. Everybody's gay in all these fucking books. I just like, this is ridiculous. But apparently that is a very big genre. And she's in like chat groups now, and so she's trying to bring that drama from the chat group into my life. And I'm like, so there's a guy that does not like the books, and he complains all the time, and he's always making posts about this and that, and he wins a lot of giveaways because everybody thinks that he's awesome and blah blah blah. I'm like, what? Are you? I didn't hear anything you just said. That's most of the time I say, because that pisses her off. And then she won't talk to me about it. She's like, fine, I just won't talk to you about it at all. I'm like, bummer. Bummer. I wanted to hear about that. That was a rough one. It's just, I don't know. But she's having fun doing her thing with her gay boy books. I'll let it be that. If she brings a guy home, I will be in a fist fight. Okay? That might turn her on. I'm not sure. Might turn him on. I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't. But yeah, I've tested it. I've tested it because I bet you every single guy has gone through it where he's like, I'm not gay, and you sometimes you think about it and you're like, all right, well, sometimes like I just judge it off of the porn, like a porn search history, and none of them involve a man. You know, all of my porn search histories are topless, bouncing, topless. They all say topless or down blouse. It's like I love looking at boobies. And then even there's a podcast on the other day where a guy was like, "Yeah, I got real into fucking trans porn." I'm like, "Ugh, what?" It's like, "Yeah, it's weird, but I like it." It was on some podcast somewhere. I'm like, okay. And I have not run across any trans porn that I've stayed on for very long. Okay, I'm going to tell you that right now. You know, back in the day when images had to load and they loaded from the top down, they would get you every fucking time. You're like, oh, dick, out of here, get out of here. Why did I wait 45 seconds for this image to load just to see a big old dong? It's not what I wanted to see. Um, so I don't know. It's just kind of weird, and I don't know who needs to hear it out there, but I you know staying in Oklahoma as much as I have, Pornhub does not work there. Okay, I'm in hotels. That's what you do. The first thing you do when you get into a hotel is put your things from your cooler into the refrigerator because you will fall asleep and forget about them. Put the things away. Take a shit or piss. Turn on the TV, turn it up, but not too loud, but turn it up. Try to find something interesting, and then I guarantee you, if you're by yourself, in about 10 to 15 minutes, you're gonna be like, all right, it's time to jerk it, and you're gonna pull up your phone, and not that I usually go to Pornhub anyways, but if you go to Pornhub or you click on a link that's a Pornhub link, you can't look at anything because it's got a warning label on the page of it. That's in Kansas and Oklahoma. I thought it was only Texas, and I'm like, am I too close to Texas? I don't know. And people say, oh, you just got to get a VPN or whatever, but I'm like, I don't know. I don't. That's a lot of work. So for anybody that's having those issues, this isn't going to solve it because I do things a little bit differently. But Google Images, scroll over to the search tools, click on images, go over to the search tools, and there's a GIF button. That's perfect for bouncing boobs. You have an endless, continuous image of a girl bouncing her boobs. Check it out, man. Or woman. Check it out. And it's not, they're not going to fucking block you or whatever. But, I don't know, kind of weird to talk about that stuff. But, I don't know. Hotels do that to you. Get into a hotel, you just want to rub your wiener on things. It's kind of weird. And then you're like, I don't know if they replaced these curtains from last time I rubbed my wiener on it. Kind of weird. Just kidding. I've only stayed in the same room a couple of times, really. Is the speed trap still here? Yes, it is, but I am not going to click the button because they're watching. And I'm like one of the only few people out on this stretch of road, so they'll be like, he's using his phone. Let's go ahead and just inspect him. Let's pull him over and inspect him. Check him out. See what he's up to. Those are some small houses. Single wide. Little trailer parking area. Um, you know what I need? I need a day on the lake. That's what I really am begging for. But I don't want to go. The people that have boats that I know, I don't really want to go with them. I don't want to go with the in-laws. Um, who else do I know that has a boat? Nobody really. I want to go out on a boat with just me, my wife, and the kids. That would be ideal. Just to go out there with the family. We could go rent a boat. We could rent a pontoon and just go out on the lake and just kind of chill, jump off and swim, and have a little cooler with some food in it, and just have a good time out there. Don't even need to drink. I'd be the one captaining. I'd be the captain, so no drinking for me anyways. But oh man, it'd be nice to just find a nice cove to settle down in, drop an anchor, drink some tea out in the water. I say that I would love to drink alcohol and go into the lake. That would be ideal. But if I take the kids, I'd bring the fishing poles. We do a little bit of fishing. That would be nice. Because my kids went out on the lake with my wife and the in-laws a while back, and I missed all that. I had to work, or else I would have been there. But I would have rather worked than go. But she said everything went fine. She said, yeah, there was no problems at all. I'm like, I don't believe that. Don't believe that for a minute. But that's what she said, so all right, cool. Y'all had a really nice time on the lake, and I got to miss it. Damn it. I don't know. I think that's the first time oh, and you know what? They fucking completely fit. I was like, so how did was Levi excited to drive the boat? She's like, he didn't drive the boat. I'm like, well, I know he didn't drive it, but was he excited to sit on Grandpa's lap and steer the boat? She's like, he didn't do that. I'm like, I'm appalled. How dare you take a 5-year-old out on the lake and don't let him turn the fucking steering wheel? You fucking dickheads! That's horrible. My poor boy didn't get to drive the boat at all. It's like, well, we mainly just parked and sat around. I'm like, okay, well, you guys still failed. She's like, it was busy. It was busy on the lake. It was really busy. Like, I don't, alright. She's like, we didn't want to drive around. I'm like, okay. Y'all are a bunch of prudes. That's what it sounds like to me. Y'all are a bunch of fucking prudes. Bunch of don't know how to be on a lake people is what y'all are. Her parents are the perfect people to be on a boat that they don't own. They're better that way. But when it's their own boat, they remind you every time there's any little thing. We spent $60,000 on this. Okay, shut the fuck up. We're still making payments on the. Oh, I understand. I don't know. I've only been on it once. once, and it was a horrible shit show. They didn't know how to drop an anchor. It's like, well, they got a new anchor now. I'm like, it wasn't the anchor was the problem. It was them not knowing how to do a fucking thing. Like, we're drifting. Yeah, you have 80 feet of fucking rope strung out there. Yeah, you're going to drift a little bit. But, well, coming into this town here, this is where I would normally eat. They have really good pizza. They have delicious fucking pizza. But I'm not staying in here. I'm not even gonna pull over. I'm just gonna. They got a road shut down, so you got to drive through a neighborhood. Kind of dumb. And it's only the southbound lanes. It's not the northbound lanes. Just like, what the fuck are y'all doing over here? And it's been like this for over a year now. This one thing is weird. Is like, I don't know. Sometimes they can work on a road and they'll have it done and finished, painted and all, and you'll be like, whoa, I didn't even realize they redid this. And other ones, it's like, can you all hurry the fuck up and fix these fucking roads? How hard is it to lay down goddamn asphalt? Well, you don't understand. You gotta rip up the old ones first. Okay, rip it up. Don't you have machines to do that? Then you gotta level it out, and you gotta... That guy turned there. Why can I not turn there? How did that guy turn there? And the road looks perfectly fine. I don't understand. Doesn't look like they did shit to it, though. Yeah, I gotta turn at the light. It wants me to turn on this little road, but I'm not doing that. I'm turning at the light. My game did an update. Nothing exciting there. Just fact of the matter is that it updated, which is interesting. Nothing new. They didn't do anything for career mode, which is kind of weird to me. They didn't add a single thing to career mode. It was a very small little hotfix. But might play some of that. I don't know if I'll play it tonight. It's going to be a late night for me because I'm not even going to get out here till 2. And then it's going to be 6 o'clock before I'm home, 6 or 7. So, it'll be a late night for me to get home. Old Dominion, I cannot believe that you didn't get a fucking green light there. I can't see around you, so I can't tell, but I bet you had a fucking green light or a yellow arrow, and I have seen like 4 cars pass. That's it. What the fuck, Old Dominion? I almost worked for them. I thought about putting in, or a guy, I stopped at a truck stop once, and one of them guys was trying to get me on with them. And I called them up, and they said, yeah, we're not hiring. I was like, what? And this was like right in the middle of like the hiring craze. And I'm like, they're like, yeah, we're not hiring right now. I'm like, you sure? He's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, talk to you later. Talk to you later. Always got doubles on them. There's some rough ass railroad crossings through here. I got a bobtail Pete behind me. Look at this guy. He's like, oh, it's easier to turn on the neighborhood streets. Dumbass. Now you gotta wait for every one of us truckers going the correct way. This is... Now I'm gonna be stuck behind the Old Dominion. I think they are limited to like 63 miles an hour. Because I've never ran across an Old Dominion going 70. Some sort of company policy. Oh! Yeah, it's rough as fuck. Damn. Look at him. That Pete back there is just fucking looks like he's got hydraulics on him. He just won't, won't, won't. Couple old Kodiaks over here. Kodiaks and square bodies. Mm-hmm. Alright, let's go! Some of these houses over here look like they've been made with paper mache. And that one caught on fire. My lantern. Your house done burned it up. That sucks. Took a shit this morning before I left for work. And my kids were getting up around the time I was leaving, but I had to get out of the house before they saw me, or else it would have been mayhem. Which kind of sucks. I like to see them in the morning, but they would only make me more late, and I would also probably make them a little bit late for what they need to do. They got to get up and get ready to go to school. My wife called me as soon as I left the house. She's like, did you cook anything this morning? I was like, no. She's like, everybody here smells brownies. I was like, I took a big fat shit in the bathroom and it stunk really bad. I think that's what you're smelling. She's like, no, it smells like brownies. I was like, maybe that's what you think brownies smell like. I don't know. I'm not in your body. But I can tell you, I did not cook brownies and I took a big old shit. She's like, okay, I just want to make sure the oven wasn't on or something. I'm like, no, wasn't me. Jesus Christ. This detour really fucking sucks, dude. This is the roughest railroad track of them all. Oh, bonk. Bonk. Oh, man. I am not going to have a good time. Got to get down here by 2 o'clock. They close at 4:30, so I have plenty of time to get down there. Got to get down there, get offloaded. This is not going to be a fun time. Because I'm trying to think of where I'm going to move my box back. Because I should probably move my box back before I get in there. To kind of save some time. But I don't know. I'm probably just going to do everything on the inside there, I guess. Because there's a scale out front. I thought about pulling, go on the scale and then pull the box all the way to the back and then go try to get in line. Once you're in line, and if you get up on the secondary scale, which isn't for us, but if you get on the secondary scale, you can't really get out. You can, but it's like not really meant for people to get out on the scale. And then to operate my truck and move shit around, and I put on 5 straps. I missed a strap because somebody left it hooked up whenever they were pushing the box off, and it bent the shit out of the hook and the whole ratchet assembly. So it's got 5 straps on it. I'm gonna have to take all those fucking straps off. There's a nice square body, a long bed C10 lowered. I got 5 straps I gotta take off. I got to move the box back. I gotta hook up the main winch off the transfer winch. And I gotta tilt it and roll it back and then undo the fucking tarp, undo the door, bring it back down, and then open the door and then bring it back up. And I can't operate any of the stuff from inside the cab. I can only turn the PTO on. I can't operate the PTOs from in here. So I have to do everything from the outside. And with the other trucks, yeah, it's nice and quick and easy. Is you pull in there and you tilt it up, undo the straps, undo your tarp, and open the door, and then get in the truck, let it tilt back, everything gets dumped off, pull forward, close your door, get the fuck out of there. You're done. This is a lot more steps. It really won't take that much longer. Because I looked, and it only took me like 25 minutes to get to the box, get it tarped up and loaded. So it shouldn't take that much longer, and I guess people can just wait. But I just know it's going to be slick as fuck inside that building. And I'm not going to be able to pull out from underneath it. I'm going to have to set it down, pull forward, get back out, tilt it back up. You got to turn the PTO off each time. Pain in the dick. Feel like I'm being boring again, so I'm going to come back at the very end of the day. I promise I won't be back until the end of the day. Or at least after I dump. My Lanta. Guess what time it is? 5:30. Am I on my way home? Yes, I am on my way home. Did I just get on my way home? Yes, I just got on my way home. Holy shit. I got there at 2 o'clock. 5:30 and now I'm leaving? Listen, if I was expecting to wait, it'd be a little bit of a different story. I was not expecting to wait at all. And they made me sit. They were like, "Oh, you're using a double rail?" I'm like, "Yes." Like, you're gonna have to park off to the side because that's something we're gonna have to let every other truck that comes in go before you, including dry vans. And yeah, they're gonna have to clear out the area, and that takes a long time to do. So we're not gonna hold everybody else up. We're gonna make you wait. I'm like, what are you talking about? I was like, it takes me maybe 10 minutes maximum, and that's me slacking to move the box to the back. Realistically, 5 minutes to move the box to the back, another couple of minutes to get the tarp lifted up, and that's it. Like, I'll be ready to dump, and I'll be fine. They're like, "No, you're in a double rail. We have regulations for the double rail, so you're gonna have to wait." I'm like, "Oh, okay, fine." She's like, "Yeah, there's quite a bit of a line, so it might be a while." I'm like, "Okay, okay, I see how it is." Where is this fucking thing taking me? I'm gonna need to get over. You fuck. Um, man, what a story for the podcast. I'm so glad this happened, so I have something to rant about, and I'm justified in ranting about it. So I'm waiting there for maybe an hour already at this point in time, and then another double rail pulls up. Are you? Do you want over? I can't. I can't fucking help you. Go. What do you want over for? There's no fucking reason to be getting over right now. I'm in Tulsa traffic, living on Tulsa time now. I'm glad they made me wait until fucking rush hour to leave. These people drive like everybody in Tulsa fucking chews on crack rocks. Fucking Tulsa bitches. Fuck you in Tulsa. How about that? Ay, ay, ay. So, yes, I'm sitting there waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. Another double rail pulled in. He pulled up next to me. And now we're both sitting there and waiting, waiting. He had two boxes on him. So, yes, I understand his, but not really. It takes a little bit longer. But yeah, not really. It really doesn't. So, the lady, I watch her. She gets in her car and she leaves. And she has my number because I gave it to her earlier. She said, give me your number and I'll call you whenever it's ready to go, when you're ready to head up there." So then she called me. This was after, I don't know what time it was, but I sat there for a long fucking time. And then she called me and said, "Hey, yeah, you're ready to come on up." I'm like, "Oh, all right. I guess I won't be staying in a hotel tonight," because I was getting really close to that point where I'm like, I don't think I'm going to get offloaded soon. "Go ahead and pull on up. You're ready to dump." I'm like, "Okay, cool." And I'm thinking, I'm getting ready to dump. Where the fuck am I going? These fucking highways are all under construction. Oklahoma doesn't know how to fix a fucking anything. Oklahoma knows how to keep things under construction. Somebody in the government in in Oklahoma has stock in fucking traffic cones or something. I don't know. But they want all these fucking traffic cones out all the time. They're like, "We need more road work. Let's fucking work on all the roads. We're not going to work on them. We just want the fucking cones out there." I don't understand. So I pull up to the top of the hill where you're supposed to go, and there's two scales, but I don't even get to the fucking scale because I pull up and I am stopped. I'm in line. I'm like, "Whoa, I didn't know I was in line." She's like, "Yeah, well, we haven't had a couple of trucks pull up here recently, so I figured you can go ahead and come up here and dump." I'm like, "I can't dump because I'm in line." She's like, "Well, that one scale's open." I'm like, "Oh, okay." All the signs, well, I'm going to say this, as a Monday morning quarterback, but all the signs say all long trucks have to go to the left scale, the inside scale. But I'm like, I look in my mirrors and I'm take it super duper wide, and I'm like, "Yeah, I can make that scale. There's no fucking problem with it." And the guy in front of me starts moving forward, so I start pulling up onto the scale, and some fucking redheaded middle child stepson piece of shit motherfucker runs up and he's like, "Hey, you can't go on that scale. You're too long." I'm like, I'm basically in a straight fucking line to get onto the scale right now. He's like, "No, you're too long." So guess what? The double rail. Well, no, I won't lie like that. But I had to get behind a different truck. So I was gonna get on the scale, but he yelled at me, made me back up. I had to wiggle around. There's no room up here to readjust your truck. Once you set your trajectory, that's where you should probably go. He yelled at me, would not let me get on the outside scale, even though I'm like in line and halfway on the motherfucker. So I had to back up, and then I ended up I'm all sorts of crooked, and I had to keep backing up and forward, and the people behind me kept pulling up as I'm pulling forward, and then I need to back up. Back the fuck up, motherfuckers! So they'd back up, and then I'd pull forward, and I'd back up, and then it was a fucking nightmare. I'm like, "Dude, you're behind me. Back up and fucking stay there. Stay until I'm fully on the scale." because I'm trying to maneuver my fucking trailer tires over about 7 inches to get onto the fucking scale without ripping my rim apart. They have these big ass fucking I-beams that catch your fucking tires and fucking shit. I don't understand. And I was not about to hit one of those I-beams and blow out a tire right before I go the fuck home. So I pull up on the scale and I'm waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. And then finally they decide it's my turn. And the guy rolls up and he shows me the number 4. I just actually put my hand up to show you the number 4. Just again, I did it again. I talk with my hands sometimes. But anyways, he shows me the number 4, which means Bay 4. And he gives me the thumbs up. So I pull in there. I back into where Bay 4 kind of is. This is just a dump. It's a big pile of fucking trash. It doesn't really matter where the fuck I dump, but whatever. So I try to get close to where Bay number 4 is, turn on my PTO, get out of my truck, raise the bed, or I open the back door, which is just a pin and a lever, boop, boop, walk the door, lock it open, go to the controls, tilt the bed up until all the shit starts sliding, get in my truck, drive forward, all the shit comes out. It was less than 5 minutes for me to offload my shit. I'm like, doesn't matter, I'm going home now. And I've done this job several times before. I've told you guys. I've done it before. And I've always scaled out down at the bottom. So I'm done, and I go down to the bottom, and I get on the scale, and I'm like, I walk up to the little house thing, and then I call the lady. I'm like, hey, I'm down here ready to scale out. She's like, oh, you have to come back up top. I'm like, I have to come back up top to scale out? Like, I'm done. All I need is a fucking empty weigh. She's like, yeah, we have scales up here. You need to come back up here and weigh out. I'm like, okay. So I get out, drive around all the way back up there. I'm behind 3 trucks now. And I walk up to her. I'm like, hey. She's like, well, you can use the outside scale. I was like, no, I can't use the outside scale because little redhead bitch motherfucker is going to yell at me if I try to use it. So I can't use that scale, and it doesn't matter if I can use that scale because you have a double rail. The guy that was, and we're back. Got a call from my wife because I called her right before I started the podcast, or started this segment of it, and she didn't answer. And I'm like, I got it. I'm fucking fired up. So I don't know where I left you, but I had to scale out up top, and I had to wait in line again. And then it was just fucking, I don't know. I guess I'm calmed down a little bit now that I talked to the wife. Talked to the wife about some other stuff too. Everything's fine. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I only have, I'm going to be working until probably 10:30 tonight, which is a long fucking time. You know, the metric I use is if I have to put on my fucking clear glasses to see the road, I'm going to be upset. Because right now, because I wear glasses, my eyes are not good. No, they're okay. But I have sunglasses that are prescription. And I'm comfortable. And when I work, I wear sunglasses, prescription sunglasses. Jesus. Ugh, I'm fucking dying over here. I wear prescription sunglasses. If I'm working and I am not able to wear my sunglasses, then I'm upset. Okay, so today I will be switching to my regular glasses at some point, and all that means is I'm working late as fuck is what it is, because the days are long as shit right now. Like, it doesn't even get dark till 9. So I don't know, just a little fucking pissed off about the way things were treated to me today, but I'm going to get on the bright side. It makes for a funny part of the podcast. I enjoy, I don't know, I was actually pissed off earlier because whenever I first pulled up there and I'm waiting in a line again, and so I get out and I walk up to the scale house and I'm like, hey, there's trucks in front of me. The guy yelled at me last time. He told me do not use the outside scale. So even though it's open and I could get on it, but there's a double rail inside the building right now dumping. So I have to wait. I have to wait for the guy that was behind me to finish his job, and the guy that that's on the scale in front of me right now. I have to wait for those guys to finish their jobs before I can even scale out and leave this fucking place. It really fucking pissed me off. And she's like, yeah, you're going to have to wait. I'm like, you know, if anybody in Oklahoma was nice that works at this place that I'm at, if they were nice, she'd been like, oh my gosh, yeah, let me run down. Whenever I was on the phone with her and I was on the lower scale, hey, I'm at the lower scale. Oh yeah, 1 second, let me run down there real quick. And she would walked her fat fucking ass down there, scaled me out, give me my paperwork, and I would have been still upset at the situation, but not near as much, because as soon as she said, yeah, you're gonna have to wait, I walked back to my truck. I slammed the fuck out of the door. I'm sorry, company. I did. Nothing got fucked up. Usually that little marker light that's on the inside of the door panel will fly the fuck off, but it didn't. Not this time. I slammed the shit out of the door, and I throw the hard hat across the truck. And I'm just like, wow, you guys really pushed me to throw in shit. This is ridiculous. Ay, ay, ay. But I don't know. I waited and for a few minutes, and the guy that had the double rail, instead of, because usually he would drop his container. He would dump his container, drop it, and then move the other container back, and then dump it, and then put it back up to the front of the trailer, then realign his trailer with the other first box, and then get it loaded. And yes, it does take some time. And then he would take off. And I'd still be sitting there waiting right now if he had done that. But he left, drove all the way down to the bottom, dropped his box off, and then he had to come back up, and he had to wait in line again, because they still, like, their company drivers were coming in late, but they don't accept new people to come in until later or whatever. I don't know. So anyways, got that done, and whenever I was done, got the way out ticket, I went in there, and the guy is fucking, this is the guy that yelled at me for getting on the scale. He's like, here, let me get your fucking ticket. You need to sign here, and I need you to sign here. And then he folds the paper, but he doesn't fold it quite perfectly, so he has to unfold it and then refold it, and then line it up, and then, make a nice crease in it, and then he has to rip it apart real carefully, and then he's like, there you go. I was like, I'll see you tomorrow, buddy. And I grab my paperwork and I fucking leave. I get in my truck, fucking fly right through the fucking building, get to the other side, get out down to the road, fucking leave. And I'm gone, buddy. I'm gone like the wind. Oh, had a blowout on the old boat. Well, not a. I mean, I don't know. There's a trailer with a boat on it on the side of the road that had a tire blowed out. So then, anyways, I pulled up, and on the on ramp, I pulled off on the side of the on ramp and got out and moved the trailer back. And my boss, not my boss, but the guy that's in charge of this job called me up, and I gave him I was still fired up, so I gave him my fucking mind. And then I called the wife to basically just to let her know that I was leaving. I'm done. I'm headed home. And also here, listen to my fucking issues I'm having. But she didn't answer. So then I was like, I'm starting the podcast up. Starting up the pod. Starting up the pod. All hands on deck, starting up the. I don't know. I'm just fucking talking now. And now, yeah, then I left. I got on the highway, and yeah, like I said, it was 5, like a little after 5 when I got on the highway. And I don't know if you know anything about traffic, but around 5 o'clock is when the highest traffic is. So luckily I got through all that. I got onto it, 169 North, so it's not as a popular route, I guess. I don't know, because it leads to the middle of fucking nowhere, Kansas. I'm in Ocala, and had to sit in some traffic. But we're on the road now. Nothing will stop me. I'm all the way up, as they say. I'm headed up. I'm driving north right now. There's a Jeep Gladiator for sale that looks fucking awesome. And that, what's weird about that is earlier on my way into work, I was thinking about a Jeep Gladiator, and I was like, I wonder if they make the new Jeep Gladiator in a single cab. And then there's a ton of either concept art, or maybe they do, I'm not sure, but they look pretty fucking cool. You can get them in like the extra long bed or like a regular standard bed, and they look pretty fucking sick. And I was like, I wonder if they have a trimmers version. So I started looking for the trimmers version. No. Well, maybe, I don't know, I didn't even look. I just looked up the trimmers Gladiator, and I checked that out, and I love that fucking truck. That truck is so fucking cool. It looks so fucking tough. It'll rip the fucking tentacle off of a graboid. The graboid will wrap around the axle, and you just fucking put it in 4 low and just give her the beans until it rips that tentacle off. I seen the movie a bunch of times. They got a bunch of like new trimmers out that are kind of weird. I don't know. They're all fun, but um, I don't know. Trimmers number 1 and 2. Number 1's always going to be the best. It's going to be the best of all time. But Trimmers 1, 2, and 3, maybe? I don't know. The Ass Blasters one, the one where they got night vision or like heat vision or whatever. That one's pretty cool. Where they shoot the 50 cal, or I don't know what it is. They shoot that one gun, and it goes straight through the graboid, the brick wall, the house, the fucking AC unit, the fucking truck, and the engine and everything. It is like a crazy fucking gun. Oh no, I'm gonna be stuck behind an OD truck again. Actually, I won't, because it'll be 4 lanes for a little while. Got to get past the OD truck. OD OD O. There's a canoe on a pole. What the fuck is that for? Oh, and I'm gonna have to eat dinner out here on the road. So that's why I say, because it says I'm going to be back at 9:30 if I sit in this truck and drive the entire way, but I'm going to stop and eat some dinner before that. I just need to find I guess, Coffeeville. I could do that in Coffeeville. Because they have a couple of restaurants out there in Coffeeville I could stop and eat at and get a decent cut of meat. Dooley, this is a GMC Dooley Denali. Fucking got a diesel tank in the back, bright green cones. It looks like a working man's rig. And he's going slow as fuck behind the OD truck. There he goes. I was like, you want to go slow behind the OD truck? Please pass him, or I'm going to pass both of your fucking asses. There's another OD truck. All these guys are ODing everywhere. Oh, the speed limit went up, but I was already going that speed. I was already fucking speeding. Whoops a daisies. And there's a lot of troopers along this route. A lot of them. As long as my fucking tarp holds on tight, I think I'll be okay. Now I'm taking this shit back to the shop. Fuck all that. I'm not even going to attempt to go back to the place where you drop off the box and then grab another one. So, because I'm just going to have to drop it in the morning also. So, whenever I get back to the shop with this truck, I'm going to drop this box. Actually, I'm not even going to do that. Well, I don't know. Maybe they need this truck in the morning. I don't know. I need to call my office lady and let her know what's going on. See if I should. I mean, technically, I should drop this box, which is already on the back. I might as well. I'll fucking drop the box. God damn it. Okay? I'll drop the fucking box. But I'm dropping it right behind where the trailer goes, and I'm just going to leave it right there. And then tomorrow, I'll figure out the rest of the shit. Am I going to fuel it up? Yeah, I guess so. I shouldn't. I'm going to call her. So tomorrow, because I'm going to get off at past 10 o'clock. It's going to be over 10 o'clock by the time I get back. And I'm not allowed to log in unless I've had a break for 10 hours. So if I get off at 10:30, that means I can't even clock in until 8:30. So I can sleep in tomorrow, which will be nice. But then that means I'm going to have another long fucking day tomorrow. Maybe I can see if she's got somebody free that will just go pick up a box for me, or drop this box off and grab another box. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I probably just won't do shit. I'll probably just park the truck there empty and loaded and go the fuck home. How about that? Somebody else wants to come in and use the truck, go for it, bud. It's emptying and you need to drop the box. Drop it wherever the fuck you want, as long as I can get to it later. I almost bent the fucking rim on the trailer. So that one tire that was flat when I first started today, that whenever I pulled in there to get my fucking scale ticket, I took the corner a little bit too sharp. I didn't take it as wide because if I took it too wide, then I'd have the same issue on the other side. I don't know. My trajectory was a little fucked up because it's uphill around a corner, and the scales are even at more of an angle than the turn is. So it's kind of like awkward. And anyways, I was pretty much lined up, and then I pull in there, and my front axle on the trailer, I just get a little bit of rub rash off of the curb, and then the rear axle actually hit the fucking block or whatever the fuck was sitting there. And I went back and I looked at it, and yeah, it's got a little bit of a dent to the rim. Not good, but I don't think anybody will notice. It's not even a big dent. It's just like a little bit of a bloop. Coffeeville, Kansas. You gonna overtake me, fucking Econoline motherfucker? What a day! And I've been talking to you guys long enough, so I'll have another episode coming up soon. Keep all 18 down, and I don't know, go pet a dog. Motherfuck. Motherfuck.